What is politics? Politics is the process through which people make decisions about how a country, community, or organization is governed. It involves power, authority, laws, decision-making, and public administration. Politics helps determine who gets what, when, and how in society. At its core, politics is about governance, how societies organize themselves, manage resources, create laws, and resolve conflicts. It touches every aspect of life, from education and healthcare to taxes and infrastructure. When and why did politics begin? Politics as a concept and practice dates back thousands of years. Origins in ancient civilizations. The earliest forms of politics emerged in ancient civilizations, such as Mesopotamia, Egypt, China, and the Indus Valley, around 3000 BCE. These societies needed organized systems to manage resources, laws, military, and religion, which led to the creation of governments. Ancient Greece, the birth of political philosophy. The formal study of politics began in ancient Greece around the 5th century BCE. Greek thinkers like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle asked fundamental questions. What is justice? What is the best form of government? Who should rule? Aristotle wrote a famous work titled Politics, where he examined different types of government like monarchy, aristocracy, and democracy. Why did politics arise? Politics emerged because people began to live in larger groups and needed rules to manage behavior. There were disputes over land, resources, or power. Societies needed leadership to protect the group and make collective decisions. Humans are social and hierarchical, which naturally led to power structures. Types of government and political systems. Throughout history, different political systems evolved. Monarchy, rule by a king or queen, e.g. medieval Europe. Aristocracy, oligarchy, rule by a few wealthy or noble individuals. Democracy, rule by the people, originated in Athens, Greece. Republic, a representative democracy where officials are elected. Dictatorship, autocracy, rule by one individual with total power. Theocracy, rule based on religious authority, e.g. ancient Egypt, Iran. What are political parties? Political parties are organized groups of people who share similar ideas about how a country should be governed. Their goal is to gain political power through elections and influence government policies. Why did political parties develop? As societies became more democratic, people needed a way to express different ideologies and interests. Political parties began to represent various economic classes, religions, ethnic groups, or philosophical beliefs. Parties simplify the voting process by helping citizens choose candidates that align with their values. When did political parties start? The first modern political parties emerged in the 18th century, especially after the American and French revolutions. In the USA, the first parties were the Federalists and the Democratic Republicans. In Europe, political parties grew during the 19th century as parliamentary systems evolved. Key functions of politics and parties create laws and public policies, represent the people's interests, resolve conflicts peacefully through debate and voting, ensure checks and balances in power, hold leaders accountable through elections. Who invented politics? Politics was not invented by one person. It evolved naturally as human societies became more complex. However, Plato and Aristotle are considered the fathers of political science. Niccolò Machiavelli, Italy, 16th century, wrote The Prince, one of the first political science manuals. John Locke, Rousseau, and Montesquieu influenced modern democracy and constitutional politics in the 17th, 18th centuries. Conclusion: why politics matters. Politics is essential because it determines who leads and how they are chosen, what rights and freedoms people have, how wealth and resources are distributed, what kind of society we live in, Understanding politics helps citizens become informed, make better decisions, and participate actively in shaping the future of their communities and countries.